Now we will move on to the next portion or next mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. So convection of heat. What is convection of heat? Usually in conduction heat is transferred. So we will move on to the new portion, convection of heat. Convection of heat usually occurs in liquids and gases. So what is convection? So convection is the mode of transfer of heat. It is a type of transfer of heat in which the particles actually move. The particles, after gaining heat energy, it moves from one place to another. And the particles which do not get heat energy come back to the original position. That is known as convection of heat. So what is convection? Convection is the mode of transfer of heat which occurs due to the actual movement of particles of a substance from one part to another. So these particles of that substance move from one part to another in the case of convection. And where does this convection occur? Convection occurs in liquids and gases. As you all know, in solids molecules are closely packed. But in liquids and gases, the molecules are not so closely packed. So, what will happen next? See, this is a pictorial representation of what is convection. See, you are in a jar, you are taking some water and you are heating it. So, what happens here? The water molecules at the nearest end of this source of heat. See, here you are giving heat and the water molecules present here absorbs this heat. So when it absorbs heat, it gains energy and the hot molecules move upwards. What happens there? The upper topmost portion, the molecules are cold. So when the hot molecules reach the top portion, the cold molecules move to the bottom part. So this process goes on. The heated particles move upwards and the cold particles move downwards. And this process continues till all the molecules attain the same temperature. This is what happens in a convection. See, the particles near the hotter portion or the hot object gets heated first. It moves upward. As it gets heat, it becomes lighter and it moves upwards. What happens there? The cold particles on the topmost portion comes down to this portion and it gets heated and the process continues till all the particles get the same temperature. Now, the process is given here. Read carefully. When a liquid or gas is heated, its molecules near the source of heat, that is what I told, the bottom particles, the molecules near the source of heat absorb energy and become hotter. Then what happens? The hotter molecules rises up towards the colder regions, whereas the colder molecules move down to take their place. As in the earlier slide that you saw, the hotter molecules move up and the colder molecules which are at the top comes down. This process continues till all molecules attain the same temperature. This is what happens in convection. Then, so next we have to study a very important portion, that is convection currents in nature. In nature, there are several situations where this convection occurs. So what is this convection current? See, the simultaneous movement of particles of a substance from hotter region to colder region and vice versa due to heat is called convection current. So what is convection current? See, in nature, all the places are not get heated up in the same way. Some places gets heated up faster and some places gets heated up very slowly. So the movement of particles from the hotter region to colder region and from the colder region to hotter region. There are some movements and that movements are known as convection current. So what is convection current? The movement, the simultaneous means when one hotter object move towards the colder region, then the colder region particles move towards the hotter region. And that movement is known as the simultaneous movement. So the simultaneous movement of particles of a substance from hotter region to colder region and vice versa. Vice versa means from colder region to hotter region. Due to what? Due to heat is called convection current. So next one, what are the different forms or examples of convection current in nature? This is very important. So there are some examples of convection current which is happening in nature, and the first one is sea breeze and second one is land breeze. First one is sea breeze and second one is land breeze. So we will look in detail what is sea breeze and what is land breeze. So first one is sea breeze. So in sea breeze, what happens is during daytime, due to the heat of the sun, what happens? The land gets heated faster and the sea, the water in the sea region gets heated very slowly. So when the molecules or when the air above the land gets heated fast, it rises up and move towards the sea. And then the hotter air from the land rises up and that move towards the sea. But whereas the colder air, the sea is not hot now. So the colder air from the sea move towards the land. So what happens? The hotter air from the land move towards the sea and the colder air from the sea move towards the land. This process is known as sea breeze, and sea breeze occurs during daytime. So what is sea breeze? The movement of cooler air from the sea towards land during daytime is called sea breeze. So the colder air from above the sea move towards the land. That is known as sea breeze. So when does sea breeze occur? Sea breeze occur during daytime. Then the next one is land breeze. See, there is a picture of this sea breeze. See, during daytime, due to the heat of the sun, the land gets heated first. As the land gets heated first, the air above the land gets heated. And what happens? It rises up. The air gets warmer and the hot air rises up and moves towards the sea. Whereas the cool air, the air above the sea is not hot now. So the cool air from the sea move towards the land. So this cool air moving from the sea towards land is known as sea breeze, and this happens during daytime. Then if sea breeze occur during daytime, then land breeze occur during night. So we will move on to the next one. What is land breeze? Land breeze. So what is land breeze? The movement of cooler air from the land towards sea during night is called land breeze. So during daytime, the land gets heated fast and the air above the sea gets heated only very slowly. But what happens during night? During night, since there is no sun, the land gets colder fast, or the land is cooler very fast, but the sea does not cool much faster. So air above the sea is colder now. Sorry, the air above the sea is hotter now, and the air above the land is colder. So what happens? The cold air from the land move towards the sea. That is what is given. The colder air from the land move towards the sea. So during daytime, colder air from the sea move towards the land, and during night, colder air from the land move towards the sea. This is known as land breeze. So there is another picture. See, during night, what happens? The land gets colder very fast. Since there is no sun, the land becomes colder very fast. But the sea, during daytime, it gets hotter very slowly. Similarly, it gets colder very slowly also. So the land here is cool now, but here the sea, the air above the sea is still warmer. What happens? The warm air moves upwards and blow towards the land. And here the cool air from the land move towards the sea. So this happens during night. So the cool air from the land move towards the sea, and the warm air from the sea move towards the land. This happens during night, and this is known as land breeze. So these are the two examples of convection current that is happening in nature. So due to the uneven heating of land, that is, during daytime land gets heated fast and sea gets heated very slowly, and so the warm air from the land move towards the sea and the cold air from the sea move towards the land. This is sea breeze. But during night, what happens? Land gets colder very fast and the sea is still warm. So the warm air from the sea move towards the land, and the cool air from the land move towards the sea. And this is known as land breeze. So these are the examples of convection current that is happening in nature. So last class I have given the note. Hope all of you have completed the note and be ready for the next session. Thank you.